Gary was the first U.S. national champion in motocross.
First American to beat the Europeans.
Wow.
Good day, God bless.
Just always trust the professor.
And I think the trust is an important part when you're coaching somebody, which is another reason that I like video, because a lot of times a rider's like, no, I wasn't doing that. And then so I could then play it back and go, this is what I'm watching. Like a couple of times with him, there was some gnarly stuff that I was like scared watching it on camera. And I would say something to him and he's like, what are you talking about? And then I'd show it to him and he's going, that looks scary. And I go, that's what I have to watch all the time.
It's like, yeah, you were this close to dying. Here, let's just work on that. Knowing's half the battle.
He knows what's coming your way. You don't yet. So we're really thrilled that you trust us to come here, and obviously you trust him. And we're going to give you everything we've got to help you.
If it works on him, it'll work on me.
Get stem cells. The future is now. Supporting recovery will show you.
What an exciting day we have planned today. There's so many people that are coming in here from literally all over the country. One of them, a lot of you might know, is Travis Pastrana. Always a thrill to treat him and keep him at the top of his game. But he's bringing in Gary Bailey, who I believe is his mentor from childhood. This guy taught Travis how to ride a motorcycle from when he was a little boy. So I'm super thrilled to meet this guy and also to fix whatever he's got going on. And so thrilled and honored that Travis trusted us with this guy's health, and really look forward to seeing him. Oh, that's a grip right there.
You got one as well, you know.
So we're sitting here telling stories, and I want to make sure we capture some of this about Gary and the videoing of some things. So you were just telling me you've actually been doing this quite a long time, some of this video.
I started doing video back, really my son started turning pro. And for me, it was like, why are we not using video? I'm thinking NFL, and they used it to go to review all their plays and everything. And I thought, wow, what a great tool. And not only for a rider to see himself what he's doing, but you get to see what your competition is doing. And when you're racing, you don't always get to see what the competition is doing. So for me, that was big. And then I started shooting the riders out just playing around in the hills and anything that I could learn about technique, because I was teaching motocross schools. And I wanted to learn not only what all the riders were doing. You know, particularly to me, it's like, why does this guy win one day and he's 6th or 7th or 8th the next day, and then he's back winning again? And it's like, sometimes it's conditions, and it's because of the way that your bike is set up and the conditions you're comfortable with, what you're practicing. So yeah, video to me was just a great thing, and I'd been using it since, gosh, when VHS first came out.
Wow.
So Las Vegas Supercross. Biggest set of whoops I've ever seen. Now, whoops are like just vertical walls, and these were like 10, 12 feet apart. They were just huge. And no one on the lights class, the 125 as we were going, was making it across the tops. And Roger, all my team Suzuki, he's like, okay, we need to change the suspension. If you can get across these whoops, what should we do? And Gary's like, don't change the suspension. He goes, get up over the bike, get forward, and hit it like you mean it. Shift the gear as you're wheeling in, up over the bars. This is the form I want. If you do that, you go right across. I'm like, Gary, if I do that and it doesn't go across,
oh man.
He's like, but it will. But it will. Right. Every other rider was going, doubling through these, went right across.
Wow.
Scared to death, believed the man, and ended up winning the East-West Shootout. Was like the biggest event of Las Vegas Supercross. And I was just always trust the professor.
And I think the trust is an important part when you're coaching somebody, which is another reason that I like video, because a lot of times a rider's like, no, I wasn't doing that. So I could then play it back and go, this is what I'm watching. Like a couple of times with him, there was some gnarly stuff that I was like scared watching it on camera. And I would say something to him and he's like, what are you talking about? And then I'd show it to him and he's going, that looks scary. And I go, that's what I have to watch all the time.
It's like, yeah, you were this close to dying. Here, let's just work on that. Knowing's half the battle.
So you've been riding bikes for your whole life?
I started when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
Racing when kids weren't racing, because we didn't have really dirt bikes. Fortunately, I was tall. I was like 6'5", And so I was able to ride those bigger bikes. And I was racing with men. There was basically no kids racing at my age. So yeah, since I was 13 years old. So I've had a few years on them.
Gary was the first U.S. national champion in motocross.
First American to beat the Europeans.
Wow.
Good day, God bless.
Right.
Yeah, it all went well.
And then you met Travis when you were how old?
Well, Gary doesn't remember the first time. First time I went down, he has a track called Lake Sugar Tree in Virginia. And I was 7 years old when I went to my first Gary Wheelie motocross school.
7 the first time.
And then I went back, I think I was 9. And that time I stood out a little bit.
Yes. No, he stood out more than a little bit. A lot of times when you have a group of guys, like 20, 25 guys, you kind of, everybody blends in. And he didn't blend into me because I could tell by the intensity, particularly when I was speaking talking about what we were going to do when we went out there. And just watching him and looking and paying attention and even sometimes even questioning what I had just said to make sure that it was correct what he was going to do. And so that kind of like, see, there's something about this kid. I don't know what it is, but he's just seems more in tune than most. Then, of course, whenever we started riding, the story about his helmet. Here's this kid, 9 years old. He stops when we're getting ready to talk, and Mom comes over and takes his helmet off.
So Doc has helped my mom as well, so he knows heavy.
So she's taking his helmet off, and
Very
when we got
protective
done
mom.
talking, Mom goes back and she's strapping his helmet and putting it on, and I'd watch this 2 or 3 times. And I remember the place it was because it was at the track up on top of the hill. Those where those whoops were.
I remember too.
And Debbie's going over to put his helmet on. She had taken it up. He put his helmet on, and I said, "Travis, have you ever strapped your own helmet?" Yeah, no, sir. Oh, okay.
I was 9.
Yeah. So here's how this is going to go down. And I got 25 guys there. I said, everybody's going to wait until Travis learns to strap his helmet, no matter how long this takes. We're going to all sit here and wait until Travis learns to strap his helmet.
I wasn't a big fan
riding.
of Professor Gary at that point.
I was still riding at the time, so I had my helmet on. And so I showed him how to take and run the strap through here and separate it and bring it back and tighten it up. And then maybe the funniest part of the whole thing was the next time that we get ready to stop, she's getting ready to take his helmet off again. And I remember saying, "Mom, I can do this myself." And I was like, yes, we made it.
I did not expect that story to be coming up, but yeah, we've been hanging out since before I knew how to put my helmet on.
Yeah.
That's
Like
funny.
to handle our precious cargo.
And you go to first time, and your mom walks you over to the school bus or something. All your friends are there, and she wants to lean down and kiss you goodbye, and you're like, "Mom."
Mom. Yeah.
And I'm with the guys now. No. To this day, she's like that with him. Every time she's near me,
No.
there's times that he's somewhere in the world racing or something, and she'll shoot me a message. "Mark, could you do me a favor? Could you call Travis? And I'm worried about him and this and that." And I'm like, he's a grown man. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Or, the thing with that Corvette, I cannot believe they won that beautiful Corvette and they painted all over it, but it looks pretty cool.
Right.
So.
Hey, look, Laura, how many times I call and check on you? All the time.
Yeah, a lot.
I always call this check. I mean, this guy is living on the edge.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's no different than one of my own children. And so when I don't hear from him or I'm not seeing something posted or something for a week or two, I'm like, I'm going to call Travis. Just to see, you never know.
Uh-huh. I never know where he is.
Yeah.
And because there's
He doesn't either.
many cameras everywhere, and I don't know what part of the world he's in, what race he's in. Every now and then I'll catch something, and I'm like, "Hey, man, congratulations. I heard you won again,"
Yeah.
Or when I was at his property not too long ago, Pastrana land, he got on the motorcycle, and he was testing the ramp, and to see the whole dynamics of how fast, how hot.
Well, we were going to jump it in the car later, so I needed to jump it on the dirt bike first.
So he's jumping it and he lands it. And of course, I'm there watching it, and I'm always nervous for him. I want him to hit it right. And he comes whipping around. And when he comes ripping around, he goes up one of these other ramps and does a backflip. And I almost could see his face like an elated child. He was so happy. He whipped around and did it again. And again, it was kicking legs out and just having a blast. And then he kept saying this, buddy, please don't hurt yourself. And I'm having a blast, man. I'm having a ball.
That's
And for me,
Travis.
I'm so excited because I know he's been doing all these other types of sports and racing, and I know his heart. He loves motorcycles. And to see him out there just doing that, I'm like, that guy is one happy guy inside. And that made me extremely happy.
Thanks to stem cells, Doc. I mean, I've been riding every week. There was 2 years in my life that I didn't really ride because not because I didn't want to ride, but I wasn't able. I mean, I had a fused wrist, a tennis elbow, my right elbow, my left shoulder with the rotator cuff. I'm like, man, you had a replacement, but it's like, I don't want to do another replacement. And all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but taking stem cells in the shoulder, stem cells in the opposite knee, stem cells in the opposite hip, stem cells in the elbow. And slowly but surely, I'm able to actually get back in the gym, build muscle to where I feel like, because you can always ride that day, but that I can ride and not pay for it for the next month, year of my life. And if I fall off, I feel like I don't want to fall off, but I'm strong enough to be able to fall off and get back up and take that hit.
Well, what I do know is I've seen him struggling and in a lot of pain and a lot of things. And I mean, to see him now just walking like, is that the Travis I know? Or where did this guy come from? Because, I mean, it's amazing to see. I know what he goes through.
Yeah.
So to see him walking and being as agile as he is now, I'm just like, can I have some of that?
And that's why we're here, Doc.
Yeah, so that, and we're looking forward to today. So many people I talk to, though, one of my famous lines, especially if they say they know you, I'll just say, listen, man, if we can get that guy better, we can pretty much get anybody better.
That's about a true
He's one of the most banged up people that I have ever treated in 30-something years of doing this. And again, a thrill for me, but also a big thrill that we get to see so many people because of him. And big thrill to see you today.
Yeah, thank you.
I know that he wants some of what he's got in you. And he knows what's coming your way. You don't yet. So we're really thrilled that you trust us to come here, and obviously you trust him. And we're going to give you everything we've got to help you.
If it works on him, it'll work on me.
Oh, definitely. So what I want to know, you're here. What are we looking at today?
Well, getting my back better. For me, believe it or not, it's a chore for me to walk from that parking lot into here and walk back again without having to stop or lean on something. I can't go to the grocery store or Lowe's or anything without pushing a shopping cart. So,
well, that's terrible news. I feel bad for you. The good thing is we treat a lot of low backs. And when we're all done today, I'm going to go over some instructions on what to do when you go home.
Sure.
Because for the back, it's equally as important. But the stem cells are going to get in there. They're going to identify what's wrong, and they're going to go to work. And again, the success rate has been very, very high. You are a fighter, I can already tell. So I have a feeling that you're going to be, amazing me by showing me videos of you jumping on a motorcycle again or doing something crazy.
Well, I ride my street bike all the time, and it's a chore for me to even throw my leg over it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. So.
Okay. Well, I've reviewed all your stuff, and you are definitely a candidate for stem cells, and I'm looking forward to, along with my team, getting in here and getting you all fixed up. So if you're ready,
I'm ready. I appreciate whatever you can do.
Okay. All right. So I'm so happy you brought Garrett here. Now, I want to help you too. So let's talk about what's been going on in your world. I know you're everywhere doing, and I can't keep up with you, all this stuff. I just keep seeing good stuff, victories, winning, this, flipping cars over.
Well, yeah, that wasn't ideal. But yeah, we're still leading the championship. We did flip this last weekend. But so I have been the healthiest that I've been since I was a teenager. I was actually riding dirt bikes the other week. I actually had a pretty big, two things happened last week. One, I was on a dune and we were going off side by side with Banksy, who you know.
Yep.
And he was trying to get close where we were going to do no foot cans and touch each other, touch your feet, going over a 150-foot dune jump. And he swapped right before he got to the takeoff. And I checked, he was fine. I don't know, maybe I'm getting old. I went right. And when you go right, the dune was pretty steep on this side. So instead of going 150 feet and 20 feet down, I went 200 feet and 50 feet down. It was okay. I still landed on a downside, but I got so compressed and was definitely shooting pains down a sciatic a little bit. I was like, all right, well, maybe not quite strong enough to be doing that kind of stuff. And then later there was a Black Hawk, and it was coming in with an American flag, just doing this all, and I was doing a stand-up wheelie, it was fourth gear, whop, 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 whop. Turns out Black Hawk makes a lot of wind. Took the bike right out from under me.
Wow.
Just straight to the head, whop. So sliding across the desert, I'm like, you know what? Maybe dirt bikes aren't what I need to be doing, but shoulders pretty good, but landed right again. So I just detached I think was it the deltoid, what's the?
It's a supraspinatus.
Supraspinatus. Yeah. So detached that a while back. We came in, you actually gave me stem cells for that. Then I tore my rotator cuff tubing accident with the kids the next week. Now, amazingly, so I didn't do anything, got MRIs. Doc's like, you probably need a shoulder replacement, but we need this rotator cuff fix. It's not going to heal itself, I didn't really think about it. So I just kind of didn't use the shoulder much. I had to get through the rest of the rally season, which was this motion with a torn rotator cuff was just a nightmare. So I was just trying to heal it as much as I could. Well, I started sleeping through the night again. And about 2 months out, I'm like, I did a pull-up, or I shouldn't have, but I'm like, I feel pretty good. So I went back to the doctor. He gave me an MRI. He felt the shoulder. He's like, what? Wait, what did you do? And I hadn't even thought about it, but I have stem cells the week before I tore my rotator cuff.
Wow.
And because I was taking it easy and doing all the things I was kind of supposed to be doing to start with, it re-healed. So I don't need that replacement. I didn't even get the rotator cuff surgery. He's like, it's not perfect, but landing on again, it definitely it's not ideal, but I don't need to go in for surgery, which is fantastic. My right elbow, that tendonitis has continued to be an issue. My first bone that I broke I broke my elbow, dirt bikes when I was 10 years old. My dad said, toughen it out, kid. It's just,
That sounds like your dad.
Yeah. It turns out the bone died and then got the ligament caught on the outside of the bone. Push come to shove, ended up having to get surgery on that. And that elbow just has never been quite right since we tried stem cells. The last time we did one injection on this side. I was wondering if maybe we could talk about that and see. I didn't have the effect that it's had on everything else. And I was wondering if we could maybe talk about what else that could be and where else that could possibly, or if it's possible for stem cells to help that injury.
Yeah. We might have to just go in a different area. So and cover more area than just one shot. So we'll look at it today. Yeah, why not?
All right, but to be honest, I feel really good. I'm here because pretty much my dad, one of my all-time heroes and such a great in the sport, is in a lot of pain, and I feel like like you say, I don't send gifts, but I feel like you've been a gift to me, and I'm very excited to be able to show Gary
We've spent a little time together through the years.
Yeah. Well, good. All right. Well, I'm ready. I mean, I got enough that I need, so
Good.
We're ready to get you rolling. So why I start with Gary? Why don't we get my sister here as an expert in IVs? We're gonna do some IVs.
Oh, that's sister?
That's my sister.
Hey, sis.
She's from Denver, Colorado. Yeah, I just got yelled at because I didn't introduce her right away. Listen, I got a lot going on.
What's sister's name?
I got a
Debbie.
So, Dev, why don't you, because I want to do an IV on both of you before you leave. Debbie can get you set up for an IV. And then...
Actually, camera's still on?
Yeah.
So...
You don't want to...
No, this is great.
Huh?
So every year I have to do a physical. I have to do like 3 or 4 physicals a year because NASCAR doesn't take rally, doesn't take FIM, doesn't take FIA, doesn't take. They all have their own physicals, and every time I go in, and I had to actually switch doctors because my blood pressure was 145 over what would be 95 or 100, and they're like, eventually the doctor's like, hey, like you got to go. I came in, I got, so Doc Mark talked me into this. I'm not a huge needle person, believe it or not. I mean, everything else aside, I was like, I'm not getting an IV. Like it's expensive, I'm fine. Like I'm like, I'm going to live forever. Like I'm here because my knee hurts. Like I don't need my insides. So I got stem cells through the IV. Which goes heart and, you can explain a little bit better, but my blood pressure is currently 120 over 75.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
Like 120. So started to go up a little bit, not bad. I was at like 130 still, I thought really good. 130 over like, 82. Came back in, had it again, back down, I was actually 119 the other time. 119 over 80. I'm like, this is fantastic. So all diet, everything. So I've had hypertension since I was like 13. First time I went in for surgery.
I wonder why.
So anyway, so that was really cool. So now I'm just really excited because without changing diet, without changing anything, blood pressure is absolutely spot on.
No, it's done nothing because he still does all this crazy stuff.
No, Travis?
Yeah, not Travis.
No.
But truth be told, when you do an IV, the stem cells will go into your heart first, goes into your lungs where your blood picks up oxygen, then it goes back to your heart and then goes throughout your body. A lot of people have problems in here and they don't even know it. High blood pressure is one of them. So does it shock me that his blood pressure normalized? No. They're signalers. They follow a signal. So if there's something going on in here, the stem cells will go there and they'll find out what's wrong and they'll do their best to repair it. So that's a great story. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for me too. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Lots of times he gives me credit for a lot of stuff, but we have a great team here, and that's what I try to surround myself with, a great team. So we make sure that you guys get the very best and expert people. I'm just a guy that shows up, make sure that you get all the good stuff, but we got a great team, and my sister's here today, and she is phenomenal with the needle. So
She's the one I want to sign up with.
Yeah, sign me up, Debbie. So Doc, everything else aside, I feel pretty good, but I would love an IV if possible, because you had me do an IV. I'm not a huge fan of needles, believe it or not, or anything, and I've got these rolling veins that people usually stick a bunch of times, but I did the IV and my blood pressure went from super high to exactly right on the money, and I'd love to keep whatever it fixed. I'd love to keep that going if that's possible.
that is very possible, and yeah, we'll definitely do that today too.
Debbie, you're
How is
you're
a
good.
Travis Pastrana afraid of a needle? He's had how many would you
Because
say?
I've had a lot of pain, and I'd prefer not to have any more, and that's why I'm here.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, when you're younger, you don't really care because you think you're on the back of our shirts. They say invincible. We think we're invincible, but there is a time where you all of a sudden go, okay, things are not the way they used to be, but I want to keep them that way. But in our minds, of course, we're still like in our 20s, but our body kind of tells us that we're not.
I might not even have made it to 20. Maybe kind of made it to like 18-ish. And
Yeah. So can I ask a question?
Yes.
We're at camera over there. My son is in a wheelchair. He's paraplegic. And he has a shoulder that's like, he has to baby it and keep in mind, he does everything with his arms. He's done, besides racing motocross, he's done the Ironman 3 times.
he undersells it. He was the world's best. David Bailey was the world's best motocross and supercross rider, world champion.
Number 1 when he got injured.
And best in the world when he got paralyzed, goes and races Ironman and wins Ironman. Now imagine that it's 3 mile swim, 112 mile bike, 26.2 mile run, and if you're paralyzed, everything is with your upper body.
All arms.
Continue. Sorry, I just want to. And he won. He's world champion in that as well. So just to give you, he's underselling his son. But yes, continue.
Wow. So anyway, he's got this shoulder, and it's always bothering him, and he has to rest it, and then he can't do things he plays golf now, and loves golf, but he's got to take it easy with his driver and stuff because it's just he doesn't want to irritate it, because when he irritates it, he can't even get out of bed. He can't do anything.
Where is he located?
He's in California.
What part of California?
It's Temecula.
Temecula.
Yeah.
Southern California,
Yeah.
by San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually have an office up in Sacramento,
Really?
and I go there about every 2 months. I would love to see it.
Wow.
So
That would be-
let's work that out, because it's kind of a good flight here. And I literally just left the West Coast. This past week, I was in Washington State and Colorado and California. But yeah, we can definitely see him. I'd love to see him.
Well, he would be
For shoulders?
Be over the moon.
Look around. I mean,
Shoulders, I've had the best result. But I mean, like I said, I was going for a
When you was
shoulder.
talking shoulder, and I was listening to that. I'm just going, gosh,
even his
you would.
mom did.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Did
Yeah.
his shoulder. And, you know, sometimes
My mom after.
it's a few months.
Yeah.
For this-
After 1 month, she's like, I don't know. I don't feel any better. This was, I feel so bad. I took you guys time, and you know it's not inexpensive to for sure. And she's like, you know, could have gone to other things or this and that. And then at 3 months, she's like, Travis, this was the best thing ever. I love Dr. Mark. He's a lifesaver. My shoulder is perfect. I was like, it takes time, Mom.
Yeah.
She's so funny because, you know, she's a very active woman, and she'll call me and tell me, I hurt this or I hurt that. And I'm like, well, come on in. She's like, I don't want to come in because I know you're very busy. Like, she doesn't want to bother me or him. And I'm like, come in. I want you to come in. You know, I want to help you get better, you know, but she's a little stubborn like that. I don't want to put you out. I know this stuff is crazy. You know?
So she just won Teacher of the Year for Baltimore City, and she puts any extra money that she has, it goes to computers for the kids, and because they don't have or whatever in the areas that she's in is
That doesn't even shock me.
yeah. So she just anything that she spends money on, she always thinks of where that could be going, and if it's for her, she would spend more money on her dogs or her kids.
Oh, I know.
The students, like anything, like, you know, it's kids meaning students, but yeah, she needs to. I'm really appreciative for you to convincing her to come in and take her health as a priority, because she's a great woman.
Great. So yes, we're definitely going to see your son. Yes,
Wow, how's
see your
your
mom
mom?
again, and yeah, anybody else you send our way. I'm excited. You ready?
It's like I said, I'm ready 5 times.
I've
Let's
been
go.
excited out here.
All right, so we'll get him started with an IV. We'll get Gary. We're going to go in the other room, and we're going to get your back rolling. This is very simple. The shots are very easy to do. It's 5 minutes. You've had shots before. We're not going to put a needle in your disc or spinal cord, nothing like that. It goes on the outside. And let me just show you something. So I want to show you this. This is your back. Typically, when you injure yourself, especially a herniated disc or a bulge, see how that pops out?
Yeah.
Now, the only way this could pop out is if these fibers here tear. When I mean tear, they do this. When it does that, bam, that disc pops right out. And look what it hits. It hits your nerve. It hits your spinal cord. So does it shock me that you have back pain and pain shooting down your butt and legs, the sciatica and all that? No. So what we do is we're not going to put the stem cells in your disc. We actually put them right outside here, because the thing that we want healed is the fibers that hold this in. So we're going to talk about, when this treatment's over, what you need to do when you leave here. There's a thing called spinal decompression. And it's a form of traction, but it's very specialized, because what it does is it makes your bones go like this. So between the two of them, the bones going like this, it creates what's called a vacuum phenomena. That sucks your disc back in. That's real important. If we can get your disc back in through the traction, the stem cells that are right out here, they're attracted to the problem. They're going to go in here, and they're going to heal the fibers close so that disc stays in place. Does that make sense? Now, when I first started doing this, the results were okay. But when we started doing decompression with the shots, man, that was the magic. This thing healed up good. The success rate went right through the roof. So it's very important when you go home to do this decompression. We'll talk about where to get it done and how much to do it, how often to do it. But it makes sense, right? Bringing that thing back in, and then the fibers closed, and then it stays in place.
I'm signing up.
There you go.
Stem cells, the future is now. Supporting recovery will show you how. For athletes and dreamers, relief is in sight. Stem cells